But the Thais have been very successful in fooling the Farang. That is the land of smile, the Buddhist kingdom, which is not true. A few years ago, the government, the Prime Minister, almost the whole cabinet, and Commander-in-Chief of the Army went to a hospital in Rajpuri where the Karens, God's army, were captured, and 11 of them naked, and they did not resist, and they were killed. It's headline. And unfortunately, many Thai felt very, very good nationalism. I was the only one who denounced that action. And I told the Karens and Burmese on the border, I feel so sorry that this happens. And they said, Ajahn Sulak, it happened all the time with us, but you don't know. You see, this is what I want to tell you. A lot of atrocity and also taking all the time. But even we Thai in the capital don't know. So I think what happened recently, the world should know that violence takes place in this country everywhere, almost all the time, but it's been hiding successfully to the world.
And is it violence that is happening all the time? Is it also what some people claim, that it's based on socio-economic exclusion and poverty, which is finding a voice, and maybe a violent voice, but finally voicing out?
That's right. That's the crux of the matter. You see, in the South you may call it religious, but in fact they have been deprived of their dignity. That's the main issue. Deprived of their economic rights, political rights. Religion is only part of the matter.
And in the Northeast, is it
the same? Northeast.
Would you say that the analysis which is used very often in Western media, that the red versus yellow polarization is a rural versus urban, poor versus rich polarization?
Partly true. The yellow shirts also attract a lot of people from the countryside, attracts also the poor. But the main philosophy of the yellow shirts is we must maintain the status quo and we will change the status quo. But the yellow shirts said the status quo is oppressive. We want to overthrow the status quo. So I think they have the opposition on that issues. But on top of that, the red shirt being utilized by Thaksin Shinawatra, the former Prime Minister, the yellow shirts claim to link with the monarchy.
So it's a matter of exclusion, but you say it's also a question of breaking or maintaining the status quo. The status quo is not just an economic status quo, but also a political setup, a power structure, which has been very centralized in Thailand.
That's right. It's also the land of the feudal society on earth. And not only that, we also support fascism, Nazism. People don't realize that. We still salute the flag every morning and every evening, like Nazi Germany, fascist Italy, and Dojo Japan before the war or during the war.
So the nationalism of Thailand is part of the problem.
That's right.
And does that also lead you to side with the red shirt movement? Do you sympathize with them, with their request to change the status quo and change society?
I sympathize with the red shirts, particularly their rhetoric, that we should empower the people. We should make the hierarchy more transparent, accountable, less privileged. That I'm with them, but I have my reservation on the red shirts connection with Thaksin Shinawatra.
And the violence that was used by the
I
demonstrators?
am against the violence, but violence is a very, very complex issue. some of the research are non-violence, but some of them are violence. And some of the violence have been stirred up by Thaksin and by perhaps linking with some of the army who also get paid from Thaksin. It becomes very complicated, the violent issues. And the government also use very much violent issues.